Welcome back, besties, to part 2 of this walking for 7 days challenge video. Before I hop into this video, I do want to let you know there's a lot that we need to get done for the rest of the week. We need to take my dog to the vet again. We need to do a lot of schoolwork. I think there's like 2 papers or something like that due. And I will be reading Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Now, this is a new release. If you had seen the part 1 video, then you would have known that Emily Henry's Great Big Beautiful Life did not hit for me, unfortunately. I need Abby Jimenez to slay. I just need a romance to fall in love with. So let me stop talking and let's get into the video. Hello. It is almost 1:30 on Thursday and I have done a whole lot of nothing. I think I'm hitting the point where I'm starting to get burned out because I have so much to do for work, for school, and I'm trying to do this walking challenge that at this point I've just decided, let's be done with this walking challenge. Let's not do that anymore. Let's focus on the things that matter, which is schoolwork. Those are actual firm due dates. I think part of my burnout also comes with the fact that I looked ahead on the calendar for things that are due in the upcoming weeks for my class, and it's a lot. So I just needed a day where I did nothing, where I just was on YouTube. There's this one particular YouTube channel that I like to watch and it's called Nile No Chill, and it's this guy sitting down doing reaction videos. I have only been a Patreon of his for a little while and I only peruse the Patreon now and again, but I saw that he had so many video reactions or movie reactions and TV show reactions that is what I did today. That is, I sat down and watched a lot of his video. Highly recommend subscribing to his YouTube channel. This day was just kind of a wash, so we're gonna get up tomorrow and try again. I do have a lot to do tomorrow. I need to take May to the vet. That's what we have to do. Maybe I was mentally preparing myself to like chill before I get potentially bad news from May's vet. Hopefully that is not the case. So, I'll just see you guys tomorrow morning. I didn't know that we're going to be doing anything in the bathroom today, but I need to wash my face and brush my teeth. So let's just get started and get ready for today. Ever since I started using these 2 things, I've noticed a huge difference in my skin. This is a pre-face wash oil cleanse, just get all the dirt off. And then this is like a exfoliating solution. I only use this like twice a week, but these 2 things have made such a huge difference. Not sponsored, I just wanted to let you know that. Okay, I actually have my to-do list in hand now. The only thing I can check off the list is pay my bills. Today is payday. I should be excited about that, but I'm not, because the first thing I do on payday is pay bills. So that's been done. And then yesterday I responded to 2 posts on the discussion board, and I went to check it this morning to see if anyone has responded to what I've said or if anyone has responded to anybody else. None of these bitches have. Like, this is me posting the shit, the first person to post, and then not a single one of these bitches have responded to anybody else. And the assignment is due tonight at midnight. Like, you guys actually need to get a move on it. In order for me to make a thoughtful response, like, people need to be responding. So I'm blaming these guys if my grade is low on this particular assignment. So what we're going to do now is that we are going to continue to write my paper. And then May's appointment is at 2:30, I think, or maybe it's 2, and I have to leave here at like 1-ish. So I'll probably be checking back up with you guys this afternoon. Here we are. Oh, look, there you are. We're going to go to the vet. You okay? You okay? You're a little stressed out, huh? You're waiting patiently. You waiting patiently? Come on, let's go pee in this grass over here. Over here. Pee in this grass over here. Pee in this grass over here, please. You will not to be peeing in my car. Thank you. Okay, we're done with the vet. She's barely peeking into the frame right now. We're done with the vet. Everything went well. They did an echocardiogram or something like that, just to take a look at our heart to see if it's enlarged anymore and see if the valve in our heart is like leaking. They said everything's good. We're not switching up the medications. Said she's healthy. That's good news for today. Now we're gonna go home and take another hour-long drive home. Come in. Thank you. We are obviously back from the vet. I did need to admit defeat today because I just did not have the time to cook. So I ordered some Panera. And I also got this Amazon package. I mentioned that I'm on a hair journey. This thing needs to grow. It needs to be thicker. So I got a couple of things. I got dandruff shampoo because I do have a little bit of an itchy scalp. So maybe using this once a week will help with that. And then I also bought 2 microneedling tools. Let's just go ahead and open that up while I have you guys here. Why is the package like this? This looks like it belongs like in a hospital. Like we're about to open this up for surgery. This is the exact type of packaging and material that we would use for like a surgical instrument. So maybe it's sterile. It comes with its own little case. Oh, that's nice. I did hear that microneedling your hair is like good for additional hair growth. I can feel the needles. And I got a second one because I want one of these for my face and I don't want to cross-contaminate what's going on my hair on my face. I also placed a big Sephora order, kind of expensive order. That should come in the next couple of days, so maybe we'll do another unboxing during this video. Back to our friendly to-do list. We can cross off taking May to the vet. We can cross off finalizing my paper and submitting it because I just did that. So when you submit it on here, you have to get less than 20% in Turnitin, which is like an AI detector. And so mine is at 16%. So we are good on that end. For some reason, sometimes after I hit submit and then I come back and check it, it'll change. That's what it did on my last paper assignment because it was like 10% before and then it moved to 12%. So I'm going to check it again tomorrow to make sure that that has not changed. Anyway, I'm going to go and relax and probably read my book and then I'll check up with you guys later. I have read the 1 chapter out of this book. Hang on, let me grab it. The 1 chapter out of this book. I did not really gain anything from reading that 1 chapter, so I guess we can cross that off the list. And then I am 4 chapters into this book, Say You'll Remember Me. And the picture of what this book is about is starting to come together. So this book is following Xavier and Samantha. In the first chapter of this book, we open with Xavier. He is a vet. And then enter Samantha, who comes to the vet because she finds a kitty, a really tiny baby kitty, and they found out the kitty doesn't have a butthole, so the kitty needs a surgery to like literally give it a butthole. Before I continue going on further, I'm not going to talk spoilers, but I am going to give you a trigger warning for bad things happening to animals. It's back to this kitty without a butthole. Xavier's like, you need to put the kitty down because we can't perform a surgery on it, but there are complications associated with that surgery and long-term care that needs to happen with the kitty. And he tells Samantha that the surgery is going to cost like $9,000 or $10,000. And she's like, I can't afford that. And he's like, exactly. So let's put the cat down to end its suffering. And she's like, wait a second, who's to say I can't find that money or like fundraise that money? And he's like, well, that would need to happen relatively quickly because the kitty will actually, pass away if it doesn't get the surgery. And so he keeps like putting the cat down on her, and she's like, no, I actually won't do that. And he's coming off real grumpy and kind of rude, and I'm wondering if he's acting like this because his job has made him really jaded, because literally before Samantha comes in with this cat, there is another woman that comes in who wants him to put the dog that she inherited down, even though the dog is healthy and there's no problem with it. So she tells the lady, yes, I will go ahead and euthanize your dog for you. But he doesn't do that. He adopts the dog instead because he's like, I'm not going to put down a perfectly healthy dog. So the book has already started off with some very heavy themes. And by the way, when Xavier meets Samantha, they are both immediately attracted to each other just based on looks. But obviously Xavier has been kind of a dick. And Samantha's like, why would I date this asshole? He's so grumpy. And it was so hard for me to get past the first chapter because it was taking place at a vet, and I literally just came back from taking my dog to the vet, and I was like, I don't know if this is the right thing for me to be reading right now about bad things that could be happening to animals, but I'm going to persevere and power through. And I'm so sorry if you hear my dog munching in the background eating her food. I'm going to continue reading this book, and that is literally the only thing that I want to do for the rest of the day. It's like 7:30ish now. Tomorrow, what we are going to do is we're going to get up, and I have a appointment to get my hair cut, and then grocery shopping, and then I need to get some treats for my dog because we're all out of dog treats. And then I'll probably do some schoolwork because there is another paper that's due on Tuesday. And then I want to sit down and edit this video a lot because at the time of this recording, I have not edited part 1, or at least I'm like halfway through editing part 1, but you would have seen part 1 at this point. That's me saying goodbye for today. I'll check up with you tomorrow morning. So we're running low on on this one and this one. Guess I'm gonna need to place an order. Okay, just got done getting my hair cut. I didn't have her blow dry it because we're trying to not use heat up in here. But oh my god, it feels so short. I asked her to take off 3 inches and I feel like she took off like way more than that. I hate getting my hair cut. I absolutely hate getting my hair cut because it freaks me out every single time they go in with the scissors. I'm like, ooh. I'm fine with like being touched and stuff, but I just hate hearing the scissors go in and like chop off the hair. I just hate it. It feels so short and it's freaking me out. And I know it's going to look even shorter once it dries. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. But this is what we have to do in order for my hair to grow and for it to be healthy, to chop off all the dead ends where it was bleached. I mean, there's still a lot of like bleach left, but we're trying to get rid of it slowly but surely. I'm stressed. Okay, anyway, let's go and get some treats for May and then we can go to the grocery store. Okay, I got the dog treats for May. These are some big bags and all in all that cost me $90. Why are dog treats getting so expensive? And also because I was in the area, I decided to get my eyebrows done. My forehead might be a little bit red, but because I got my eyebrows done. Because I realized that I have to go to the office on Tuesday next week and I don't want to look a mess because there's like an important person that's visiting from outside of town. Now I'm gonna go and get the groceries. I probably won't film there. I'll film once I am at home, and I also want to give you an update on Say You'll Remember Me. I'm loving that book right now. But yeah, let's go get the groceries. Okay, I'm back home. I'm also very tired. Why is running errands so tiring? There should be 4-day work weeks because we need the 3rd day just to nap and catch up. I got the groceries, I came back home, I put it all away, made sure Kitty and my dog were fine, and I ate some lunch. I had a salad and some rice because I was real hungry. And now we're back here laying down. Last night I ended up getting halfway through Say You'll Remember Me, and I'm really enjoying this book. I had to get over the first couple chapters because Miss Abby Jimenez makes this one, I guess, I don't know, pop culture reference one too many times in the first couple of chapters. I'll just tell you what it is. Many of the characters keep mentioning how Rysand from Akatar is so good looking and how the main character Xavier looks like Rysand. And when I tell you, that gave me the ick. That gave me the ick so bad. But the 3 times it was mentioned in the first 3 chapters, and I really hope they don't bring it up again. So Samantha and Xavier do end up going out on a date, and it's really cute. It's a little bit insta-lovey. Like, they went out on one date, and Xavier was like, I need to be with this girl. But I just love their relationship. I'm loving this so much more than Great Big Beautiful Life. I can't believe Emily Henry had another fail. Abby Jimenez decided to come after Emily Henry's crown. This book is kind of heavy. There's a lot of not so great things happening to the pets or animals in this book. And I just need to say that Xavier's dad, jail, straight to jail. That man is the worst person on this planet. I hate him so much. But then the other heavy thing that we're dealing is Samantha's mom has dementia. Like, at this point in the book, Samantha and Xavier know that they want to be together, but there are 2 very valid reasons why they can't be together. And I just flew through the first half of this book yesterday. I think I might actually finish it today. It's feeling like a 4 or 5 star book, which is insane to me. I don't think I've ever given Abby Jimenez book 5 stars. Friend Zone was 1 star, and then Part of Your World I gave 3 stars. I know, controversial. And then Just for Summer I gave 4 stars. This feels like a 5-star Abby Jimenez book. I am gonna get to reading this book. Also, Riley Marie is sprinting right now, so this is gonna help me get through this book because my plan is to finish this book, take a nap, and then get up and write the interpretation and discussion sections of my paper. I'll check in with you guys probably much later. I just finished reading Say You'll Remember Me. I'm not crying. I swear to God, I'm not crying. I'm just having that Bulldog spicy ramen. Lesson learned for the next time I make this ramen. Only half of the spicy packet is going in there because my nose is dripping. Anyway, this is getting 5 stars for me. This is getting a 5 stars from me. Ooh, I just looked at myself in the viewfinder and my head is giving an egg. Just in a little claw clip over here. Anyway, this book, 5 stars. I love it. I love it so much. This story was emotional. It was complex. There are valid reasons why Xavier and Samantha can't be together. Such valid reasons. And they struggled throughout this entire book to make it happen. Like, there was no third act miscommunication at all, which I really appreciated. If there was ever a hurdle, they came together and communicated and solved it. I think most of the problem had to do with like Samantha's family and like the stuff that was going on with her mom and everyone's lack of communication in her family. But this does have a happily ever after. And what I really appreciated about this one is the epilogue was not a baby log. Love that. I guess minor spoilers. Also, just the trigger warnings for this book, please pay attention to it. If you can't handle bad things happening to animals, if you can't handle a dementia subplot, if you can't handle the loss of a loved one, maybe this book is not for you. But I do feel like I would recommend it if you're okay with those trigger warnings and proceeding reading this book. Just Miss Abby Jimenez, you have come a long way since the friend zone. I'm so sorry if my nose is still red, but this thing is damn spicy. So I'm gonna finish eating up my ramen and then I'm gonna start working on my paper. It is 6:15. I did fall asleep while reading, not because the book was boring, but just because I was real tired. I don't know what to read next. Like looking at my library holes, I have Bull Moon Rising is available and This Book Will Bury Me is available. I'm kind of leaning towards Bull Moon Rising because I'm kind of in the mood for a monster romance. Also, the cover for Bull Moon Rising is so beautiful. Maybe I should stick to the pink book train. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me finish eating this ramen and then I'll check back with you when I have done or at least drafted some of this paper. Hello to the best besties. I need you to believe me when I say that I pretty much sat at my computer all day and wrote my paper. Also, obviously now you can see that I have taken a shower. I know I just got my hair washed yesterday when I was at the hairdresser's getting my hair cut, that I did not like their shampoo and I don't think that lady washed my hair well at all. So I decided to just wash my hair again today on Sunday just to get it squeaky clean because I do need to go into the office tomorrow, which is Monday. It is one of those very rare times where I need to go into the office. Anyway, I started working on this paper at like 9 a.m. It is now almost 6 o'clock now and I have just now finished my paper. I did have to like walk away from it for a couple hours because I feel like I got really too into it and I was losing the plot, so to speak. And I find it's best when I like walk away for a couple hours and come back and like edit, fix some spelling mistakes, catch some punctuation errors, etc. Like that really helps me like catch those tiny mistakes. What would have ideally have been better is if I was able to walk away from it for like 24 hours or maybe even 40 hours, leave it alone, completely forget about it, and then go back and look at it with fresh eyes. But I just don't have the time. Because I need to go in the office tomorrow, I won't have time to look this over, and it's due Tuesday at midnight. I just won't have the time. So I finished this bitch. It is a whole 14 pages long. That's including the resource page. And I also have 2 appendixes, which are tables, because I couldn't fit them in the stupid Word doc. And it was making like the print really small. And the tables were like so long in Excel that putting it in Word doc, you just like squished it and it didn't look good. So I couldn't put the tables in there. I hope an appendix is okay. So we're just gonna submit this bitch now. I actually don't know if Canvas will allow me to open multiple Word documents, but I guess we're about to find out. Oh, it does allow me to submit some PDFs, but I don't know if it's gonna allow me to submit multiple. Oh, it does. It does. Okay, that's great. Oh, I submitted it. Here's the thing. The school I go to uses Turnitin as their AI checker to make sure that you're not cheating or that you are not copying whole segments of a work that you cited in there. And the last assignment that I turned in, which was the literature review, which you would have seen in this video, it gave me a score of 16% for their AI checker or their like cheating tool. And bitch, I did not cheat. I did not cheat. I wrote the whole thing on my own. So it was a shock to me that it came back at 16%. You have to get below 20% in order for you not to get penalized. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's a literature review. Don't mind my crack screen that I submitted a couple days ago. And it said 16% cheating is what it said, even though I did not cheat. Now let's go to the assignment that I just submitted. It doesn't say anything up here. So I don't know, maybe it'll appear later. Because I was so focused on writing this paper, I didn't give you an update on the book that I'm reading right now, which is Bull Moon Rising. I did want to continue with the fun pink covers. I'm halfway through this book, and I have to say, I feel like it might be a 4 stars. This is a silly, goofy time. We're following Aspeth, who is a noble lady, and her family is called like a holder, which means that they like hold a bunch of land and they're rich or whatever. But her family has run out of money, so she decides to run off to the artifact guild so that she could dig up some artifacts so that she could then sell it to make money for her family. But in order to be a part of the artifact guild, you have to go through training and you have to be sponsored and you have to be trained like a guild master. So she wants to be trained by her hero Magpie, which is like the first lady guild master. So she runs off and then she does take like a maid with her, Gwenna, who's not like a maid of her anymore, because obviously they're too poor, they can't pay their staff anymore. But Gwenna's like, yeah, I'll run off to like the guild with you. So when she gets into the guild, she meets this grumpy Minotaur guy whose name is Hawk. And Hawk takes her on as a student because he desperately needs 5 students to send off to be tested in the guild so that he can pay off his, like, I think he's like an indentured servant or whatever, but he wants to pay that off, and he needs Magpie to get her shit together because Magpie is a drunk. But he's like, I guess she is a drunk and I gotta train these 5 students on my own. Aspeth and Hawk strike up a deal. He's like, if you marry me and you agree to be my sexual plaything for like their moon. I'm thinking of it a lot like Stolen by the Wolves, where it's like a megaverse, and at the height of the moon they go into their rut and they have to like, you know, go to Pound Town throughout that entire like moon phase cycle. I think he said it was like a month. I'm not sure, I don't remember. And he feels really weird about just using anybody to do this, and he doesn't want to like use a sex worker, even though he doesn't like have anything against sex work. He's like, I want to be more intimate and know like my partner is more than that. So which is why Aspeth agrees to do this, because she's so desperate. She needs to get into the guild. She needs to bring her family back on top. But the 5 members in her class are like a ragtag group of people. So we have Gwenna, who's obviously one of Aspeth's former servants. And then we have, I think her name is Mirrodin, who is like a nun, or her rich family sent her off to like a nunnery or something like that. And then we have this guy named Kip, who is like a snake-like creature. How many was that? Kip, Mirrodin, Gwenna. Oh, and then Lark, who is Magpie's niece. And Lark is also a drunk. This book is just a silly, goofy time. I just finished this scene where Hawk finds Aspeth in like the town at night, and he's like, it's dangerous out here, you can't be out here at night. And they come across some people having some public sexual stuff, and Aspeth is like, what's all that going on there? It was very explicit, but you know what? This book is just a silly goofy time. It's a silly goofy time after reading Sailor Remember Me, which is a very heavy book. Anyway, let's just recap this video for you guys. I have been doing this for 7 days, and the intent of this video, part 1 and part 2, was for me to walk 3 miles every day for 7 days straight, and I only did that for 3 days straight. I'm gonna need to take the weekend coming up to really get a lot of miles done, because the challenge is like gonna be over in like, I think now 8 days. It's gonna be a challenge to get this done, but it's not helping that I had a lot of schoolwork due and full-time work stuff that I needed to get done. Anyway, if you liked this video and you liked watching me suffer through the walking and me suffer trying to do schoolwork, please give this video a like and subscribe, and please comment below, and I will see you in another video next week. Bye!